G'day legends, Mick here from Fin to Fin. New year and new rack done. So this bad boy here has been set up. I might just zoom out a little bit if I can. So just completed this one. I think New Year's Day I got in and got most of this done. A day off of work, so it's pretty handy. So another 12 tanks set up, no fish in it yet obviously. I'll just leave these running for a few weeks probably, or at least a week. I'll do a water change or two. And there's a bit of glare because I haven't turned the other lights off. I've got the door open. But yeah, so this is the first rack of the year done. I've got another rack here ready for the 12 tanks obviously. I just need to buy 12 more tanks. So that won't happen anytime soon. I'll need to save up some money for that. I've just got some shrimp sitting here, which will be going on the racks on the back wall. So my yellow shrimp, orange eye, blue tigers possibly. Just let me double check that. I've got blue dreams and I've got reds. And I added an empty tank there today. That's something to do. But yeah, mainly just wanted to show the new rack. I'm considering taking the gravel out of all these and the driftwood, and I might set this up as a bit of a cichlid rack and use sand in the bottom. I've never used sand as a substrate, so I wouldn't mind mucking around with that a little bit. So I could put like my electric yellows and bits and pieces would come into this rack along with the angels, possibly crevenzas and things like that. So we'll just tinker with that. Other than that, there's not too much else to show. Obviously I've removed the back rack. That is now gone. As you can see, that's opened that whole area. As you can see, the splitty, I've got that off today. It's 30, I don't know, mid-30s here today, Celsius. Tomorrow's going to be 40 odd, so it's going to be a stinker tomorrow, so it'll have to stay on. But yeah, 2 racks will go across here. 2 racks will fit perfectly across there. They'll be exactly the same racks as these. As the 5 that I've set up in the room, but they might be the 4 shelf racks instead of the 3, as they'll be holding small tanks like these little Kmart tanks. So they'll hold about 40 tanks, which will be purely a shrimp wall. So obviously the Neocaridina, but obviously I want to get into the Caridina as well. Sort of work them out how to keep them and keep them. And yeah, so that's what I'll be doing anyway. So there'll be shitloads of shrimp at one stage. It'll take me a little while to save up for those racks. And my dog's found his way in here because it's nicer in here than it is outside. But the fish are all going well. Angels have had more eggs, but it looks like they're going a bit. There's lots of good ones there, but there's plenty of mouldy ones started to turn up. So I don't think they'll be there for much longer. So, but I'm not taking them off, and I could separate and put some methylene blue in there, but I can't be bothered at the moment. But other than that, everything else is going well. Just the Graume going well. There's females in caves. Yeah, these guys are going alright. Yeah, some of the newer fish, so plenty of babies in the fish room. The albino crevenzas. There's always little babies swimming around. I did a water change in here the other day and shoved the thing in to get some crap out the gravel, and I might have sucked up a heap of these little guys before I realised they were out and swimming amongst the gravel. So it went from probably about 50 down to about 20. But I tipped that bucket in one of the ponds outside. So it'll be interesting to see if they survive and end up with a heap of albino crevenzas outside. I haven't been collecting eggs off any of the stir-bys or anything like that, or the Julii, any of the cories to be honest, because I just haven't had time while I'm building the room. I've just been focusing on getting that done. I haven't even been taking the eggs out of the caves of all the bristlenose, so these tanks are just riddled with baby bristlenose now, so I probably should have taken them out. They got eggs. I think their eggs are in the actual right here in cave, and he somehow found his way in the middle one. So not the smartest fish, that one. So we'll see if they're still going. There's more babies in every single tank. is riddled with bristlenose babies. All they're on eggs, so I do need to, except for the two long thin ones in the middle that I want to breed, they haven't. But everything else has heaps of super reds in one of those caves. But yeah, other than that, it's all going well. So 5 racks built now. Close, pretty much complete on this side. On this side, it's pretty much just, I will paint the underneath of these boards black. I'll run my fishing line across like that. That's what my plants get cable tied to, so I'll do the same in this one. And then of course the same down here. Paint that black, stop any glare, get some plants into those tanks. Depending on what fish goes in them, obviously, to whether they have plants, but Crevensis and a few others can have the roots, no worries. Yeah, not too much else. Obviously the 2 racks I haven't got yet, but they'll go at the end. The plants are going mad. They're going to take over this room at some stage, I think. I think it'll look really good in 12 months' time. I did do some work outside. I had the yucky side of the house, but I never really knew what to do with this area. So what I've done is I've put this screen up to block it from my neighbours and creating a nice neat space. So I've got these big tubs. They were going to go here, but I don't think they're going in now. I might set up some sort of water feature in that corner. This fence is going to come down, which goes out to the long garage, and that long garage is going to have more fish tanks in it, but cold water only, so there'll be no heating required or anything like that. So getting this area tidied up. Those things, I stole them off the entertaining area because that's getting closed in, so utilise them. So yeah, everything's going well in the outdoor ponds. It's stinking hot out at the moment, bloody cooking in the sun, but it's all going pretty well. Can't complain too much. No one will listen anyway. Shitloads of bees around at the moment, coming in for the water obviously. But yeah, we'll not too much of a video today. Just wanted to show you that another rack is done. I'll do another video maybe later and do a bit of a tank tour again. Some of the fish are looking quite nice. That dragon blood peacock, he always looks good. Or dragon blood, cichlid, whatever you want to call it. My electric yellows. Any other good question for anyone out there? I'm not an expert in cichlids, that's for sure. I love the colours, they're like unbelievable fish. 2-foot tanks. What can I keep comfortably in a 2-foot deep tank, cichlid wise? I mean, I've got blue peacock cichlids in a pond outside, and they're huge. I could put them in a 2-foot tank, but they're just big, just too big, and I don't think they like it. These guys obviously grow a bit, but I mean, there's only 4 in there. Would they be happy in there with some more rocks and stuff? Would these guys be fine to stay in a 2-foot tank if there was only a couple of them in there? Possibly. So yeah, anyone out there that keeps cichlids, by all means please put down a list of some of the fish that you think I could comfortably keep in a 2-foot tank. You know, if it means you only keep 2 fish instead of 5 or 6, so be it. It doesn't matter. Certainly not too fussed by that. But yeah, I'd like to dedicate the bank to cichlids, and then that bank there might be dedicated to, say, my swordtails projects and stuff like that. When this bank's done, it could be, you know, all my guppies, all my pistogrames in here possibly, or all my bristlenose get their own tanks, all corridors get their own. I like to get a bit more rack specific to a certain species and then their varieties. That way, because I get different foods and stuff too. So, you know, obviously I've got a lot of live bearers. So this tank might be the mollies and the platies and bits and pieces. So anyway, that's an idea that's going through this head. There's always something going through it. It's not always good. The nursery is what it is. Just little fish growing up everywhere. I've got bits and pieces in these tanks from when I cleaned out the bigger tanks, but I mean, everything in here is going well. Got heaps of cichlids growing up. first lot. There's a nice, I can't even think, blue badis in there. There's the balloon mollies, lots of corridors everywhere. There is lots of guppies. So these are some purple koi's growing up, so I could make some pairs for people if they wanted some. This one's just going to have platies in it. This one will have the platies in it. Plenty of antlers, angels. Yeah, koi's just about everywhere, to be honest. The bits and pieces, lots of bits and pieces. Crebensis growing up. Little ones down in here. Then on the other side, I think there was possibly some bigger crebensis from memory. Sorry for moving up and back. As you know, koi's everywhere. There's a heap of crebensis in there. Albinos and commons. Different varieties of guppies everywhere. I don't even know. It looks like platies are in that tank. There's some cherry barbs down in those ones. Orange Venezuelan koi's, bronze koi's, albino koi's. Then past the rubbish pile, this is swordtail sitting in here. There's about 200 swordtails in this 4-foot tank. All thrown in here as little babies, obviously, just small fry, but they're growing well. I haven't put any more in because obviously it's just going to get crowded as they grow, but a lot of koi's, a lot of the commons, some pineapples. There's a few bits and pieces that have come out a little bit different, some just growing twice the size as others, but yeah, shitloads of swordtails. I've probably got another 200 I could drop in there tomorrow if I wanted to. Heaps of bristlenose growing up. There's about 150 bristlenose in here. Sorry about the glare, but yeah, they're everywhere. So they're just growing up in this 4-foot tank, and that's another reason I want to fill the garage with a row of 4-foot tanks, at least a dozen. So I want to breed some goldfish, and only a few types. I'm not really going to get too much into them, but obviously they don't need heat, so it's handy. But the 4-foot tanks, even if they were only used in summer, to put all my fry in, because these tanks are obviously filling up quick, and the amount of fry, there's the Super Kings, awesome. The amount of fry I got out in the ponds is insane. If there's not a couple of thousand fish out here to catch at winter, when winter comes around, you know, there's easy, and most of these have got 100 adult swordtails in them without the babies. I know the koi one on the end is chockers. Could literally scoop out 200 babies tomorrow. And the second one from the end is full of mixed guppies. I don't even want to know how many are in there. It's insane. I know it's in goldfish bugger all, but they'll stay there. Blue peacock cichlids are in here, and I took a few scoops out the other day, and they've obviously bred and spat the fry out because I was scooping up fry. So they're breeding. There is my rusty swords in here. There's pineapples and commons in there. There's mixed antlers in the very end one. Way too many. I don't even want them. I give them away pretty much. There's cichlids, guppies, swordtails, more platies. German whites are breeding like crazy in that top one with the flower, and I've got 2 tanks breeding in the bloody side, so I've got way too many of them. The platies in these tubs is ridiculous. I'll try and show you, but with the light it's just too bloody hard. I'll try and get down low and block it with my fat head, but these tubs are loaded. My dog's licking me and bumping me, sorry. But yeah, they're breeding like flies. It's crazy. So yeah, anyway, it's hot as hell out here, so I'll probably call it a day. Yeah, so that's the fish room anyway. Another rack done. First video 2025. Got some new camera gear coming hopefully soon, underwater camera and a few bits and pieces. But if I go back here, the fish room's starting to come along pretty well, pretty much how I wanted it. I wish I had found these shelves a bit earlier and just saved myself a lot of money and work, but doesn't matter, it is what it is. Yeah, so thanks for watching, everyone. We hit the 5,000 subscribers the last few days, so awesome. Thank you very much. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. If you're a cichlid keeper, please comment on what cichlids you think I could keep in the 2-foot tanks. Now I know I could keep pairs of like German rams and that will probably happen because they're pretty awesome, and I do have a couple of pairs. So things like that. But I'm thinking more on those real colourful, like the electric yellows and that. Are they too big to keep in a 2-foot tank? Or could you just keep 2? Could you keep 1 pair? Or whatever. But let me know anyway what your thoughts are. It doesn't have to be cichlids, obviously. It's just when I get things going through this head, once I get on something, I can't help it. But other than that, all is going well. The fish are doing extremely well. Cherry barbs are breeding, the little tray is full, but yeah, anyway, have a great weekend, everyone. I hope everyone has an awesome 2025, and yeah, cheers guys.